What's up, everybody? It's your boy Melv here for another classic review, and today we're doing for another Christmas special here, boys and girls. And this one's actually from Nickelodeon, and you might know what it is because I didn't mention it in my last review of the Muppets Christmas Carol. It's Jimmy Neutron. As you know, I think it was back in 2022, I believe. Yeah, 2022. I did my thoughts on a couple of Jimmy Neutron episodes, mostly scary ones from the Found Retroland to Flippy. There's also Restless and Retroville, Nightmare, and you know what I'm talking about. And hey, there's a Christmas episode here. From season 2. Oh, okay. Might try to do this one to keep filling up my quota for the holidays. Okay. So this is my thoughts on Jimmy Neutron, the episode called Holly Jolly Jimmy, and this came out in December 8th, 2003. I remember this came out on one of the famous Nickelodeon bumpers for the holidays. If you know which one, it looks like you know which bumper I'm talking about. This appeared in 2003. I remember they did a montage honoring Rankin Bass. Most specifically, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, because it had every character from that time period. Like, you had Feral Parents, SpongeBob, Rugrats, Jimmy Neutron. I don't know if there were others. I'm trying to remember. Was Danny Phantom in there? I thought I saw him there, but I don't know. I'm trying not to get confused with which era. But yeah, that was actually pretty dope. And that was stop motion. I kind of miss those old holidays, but we're getting a bit ahead of myself. But before we begin, did you subscribe? Did you hit the bell? If so, did you know Santa's kind of more intelligent here because hey, he just got a blast. Like, huh? Okay, let's start beginning, shall we? So yeah, okay. I kind of like the opening of, the title card. It says Holly Jolly Jimmy. Jimmy's like that. He's like traditional Christmas until he goes with this song. Do 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 do. That weird. What's that weird rhythm? I don't get it. And we're getting a little quick jump cut to the school where Miss Fowl is given a class on Christmas themed show and tell, which of course Carl, as usual, he brings a bag containing old cheese nips, which turns out, trying to explain that he left out a plate for Santa last Christmas. And when he walked up, only one was left, which of course, he says contains Santa's DNA. Of course, Jimmy being a skeptic, seriously doubts it, and due to all the scientific impossibilities surrounding the character, he believes Santa Claus does not exist. Of course, it breaks to a musical number where everybody's singing about Santa and Christmas. We get a little Easter egg of Santa the Snowman appearing there, right there, while everybody's singing. Oh, Jimmy's being doubting. Of course, upon hearing this, Carl gets upset and leaves, crying. And Cindy chastises Jimmy for hurting Carl's feeling, which he states quite clearly that was not his intention. Bro, I know you're a bit skeptic, but don't push your logic to other people when they have the different view on holidays. Trust me, it will not go in well. You're lucky Carl is still your friend. If he's not, he'll just say, "Who is this fucker?" Of course, back in the lab, Jimmy apologizes for hurting Carl's feelings and explains Carl and Sheen that he once believed in Santa, which then he stopped. He explains 2 years ago, he asked Santa to bring him a core sample from Dwarf Star NG738, which he desired above anything else. But when he did not receive it, that's when he believed that Santa wasn't real. But of course, to Sheen's amusement, however, he thinks Jimmy was on Santa's naughty list that year. Annoyed, of course, Jimmy points out how the reindeers do not fit the requirement for flying, and it shows the calculation on his blackboard. I think it may be important because if you recall Jimmy's inventions, like turning his fowl into a plant beast to creating attacking pans, yeah, that got merits to being an naughty list. Even though you try until you fixed it, but oh boy. Of course. Sorry, Jimmy points out. Like I explained this, then Carl accidentally sits on Jimmy's DNA tracker and picks up a very strange pattern from the cheese snip snack that Carl had showed off earlier. Jimmy states the DNA must be from saliva on the snack, which of course Carl and she believe that it must belong to Santa. And of course, when Jimmy accidentally suggested it, guess where they're going to? The North Pole. Well then. I just like how Santa's DNA is like jingle bell, like bells saying ding dong, ding dong. Like, what the hell? Okay, now I want to see a pattern of my DNA. What does it look like? Easy. Jasmine's like, oh fuck. I must be Alistair. Oh my god, but yeah. Back to SND's house, of course, she and Lily are sneakily peeking at their Christmas presents, which does that give you a reminder from Ed and Eddie's Jingle Jingle Jangle in the opening where Eddie's trying to find his Christmas stash, and of course he gets pissed off because he gets his boring clothes. Yeah. Back to here. They notice that Jimmy, Carl, and Sheen preparing to go out for a trip. Libby decides they should take an embarrassing video of Jimmy using a video camera they found in one of their gift boxes. Wow. Using a video camera before Christmas, ain't ya? To punish him for hurting Carl's feelings earlier. Which, of course, while looking for something to humiliate around Jimmy's rocket, they end up eventually sucked into Jimmy's hypercube. If you recall, the hypercube is like a pocket dimension, so yeah. Other words, imagine the TARDIS the size of a cube, bigger in the inside, in a tiny form. Yeah. And the fact that they can suck a person in there, that's quite impressive. You need a lot of strength to do that. But of course, that'll be it. But let's continue. Unaware, let's just say when Jimmy finds the cube, he tells Carl to be careful because it might be unstable if he gets damaged. Soon, unaware the girls are trapped in the damn cube, Jimmy, Carl, and Shane take off to the North Pole. When they arrive at there, the boys find a scientist at Santa's workshop in plain sight and eventually find the shop itself. In his pride, however, Jimmy suggests it's clearly disguised military outpost. Like, wait, what? A military outpost. Unless it's World War II, the Germans did plant a weather station in the Arctic during the war, and they didn't realize the war was over until a couple of a British ship noticed it and told them about it. Jesus Christ. Of course, the doors then open and reveal the interior of the workshop, in which you remember that little jingle I said in the intro? Oh, it continues. You see all the elves doing it. Do 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 da 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 do 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 do. Okay, I better stop doing it before it gets in my head. But yeah, and of course, Jimmy is still not convinced. Even confronting the head elf, looks like a... I don't know what the hell head elf looks like. I just think he's supposed to be a parody version of the head elf from Rudolph. You know, the grouchy one? But this is more like a grouchy old man. Oh boy. Until you mentions a union, like, wait. Union elves? Oh my god. That's actually pretty funny. But of course, Jimmy's still not convinced. And he believes the workshop is a glorified factory that parents order toys from, and that the elves are midgets with rare ear conditions. Suddenly, Jimmy's DNA tracker overloads, shoots a beam of electricity that starts bouncing around until it eventually hits Santa, scrambling his atoms and injuring him. The chief elf, Lou, receives a call and furiously tells Jimmy that now he ruined Christmas because his stupid scanner broke Santa. Of course, Carl says, "You broke Santa?" "I did not." And of course, Cindy and Libby, who managed to escape the hypercube, which of course turn up the volume of Libby's portable CD player, suddenly shows up, make a video, and Cindy accuses Jimmy of going further to try to ruin Christmas for everybody. As Cindy then starts describing the 5 points plans to ruin Jimmy's reputation and save Christmas. Though she hasn't yet figured the third part out, let's just say Jimmy has wanted the factory toy rockets, grab the girls, and return to the Retroville. But of course, Jimmy not backing down, but decides to help. Jimmy declares that he will deliver all the presents himself using science. And if he can do that, then it will prove there is no Santa Claus. With that, he stores about 2 billion presents in his hypercube. That's how big that tiny cube is in the inside. 2 billion. Maybe more, because it's 2 billion. That's 2 billion children to deliver presents to. Whew. Or more. Built some Christmas-themed upgrades to his rocket, and using a spare red Christmas light, of course, a little nostalgia, he put on Goddard's nose like Rudolph. Lou believes Jimmy is crazy for trying this, but he and his pals take off anyway. I will listen to Lou anyway. Always listen to Head Elf. Back in Red. After seeing the news, when they see Jimmy entering Santa Claus, as shown in the footage provided by Cindy, they fear their son will be now despised by everyone because of this. But Hugh decides to invent a new holiday for people to celebrate, themed entirely of pies called Peel, combining pie and Yule. Yuletide, anybody? However, Hugh's attempts to give out pies to everyone in Retroville ends up a failure, and he also gets beat up, mistaken to be a burglar. Meanwhile, Jimmy calls Sheen, and Goddard manage to deliver almost all the presents throughout the night. When it seems they have finished, Carl is saddened by the apparent fact that Jimmy has proven his point. Jimmy didn't realize that they forgot to deliver the presents meant for Retroville and give his rocket a light speed blast from his warp module. Unfortunately, the rocket goes too fast that it disintegrates and the boys go plummeting towards the ground. However, to Carl's delighted at this, since Jimmy actually failed to deliver all the presents, and this means Santa must be real. At that very moment, Santa Claus shows up in his flying sleigh and rescues them with a tractor beam. Like, wait, what? You have a tractor beam in your sleigh. Santa, what the hell you were heading towards that needs a tractor beam? Like, what? A meteor? Aliens? Well, face it. This is Jimmy Neutron, so Yokians, the Junk Man. Oh, should I go on? But of course, Jimmy, astonished to finally see that Santa's real, is told that he has been indeed on the naughty list for some time. Which, of course, he blushes when Sheen remarks, "Told you." I like how, okay, Sheen, you better zip it before you are on the naughty list. And then apologize for injuring Santa. Santa then used one of Jimmy's warp module to speed up his sleigh, says it can handle going light speed better than Jimmy's rocket. And of course, they managed to deliver all the presents in Retroville. So, here's the good part. Well, one by one, everybody's back in their homes. Like Carl's back in his home, calling Sheen. You know what Cindy and Libby get? Coal. As punishment for trying to discredit Jimmy. And I think Libby was chastising Cindy. I don't know what was the quote. Let me find it. Yeah. Let me find the quote here because it's actually pretty funny. Okay. Do me a favor. The next time I suggest we humiliate somebody, don't listen. Yeah. That was it. He chastised Cindy for ruining their holiday for them. Getting coal. Of course. The last person to be dropped out is Jimmy. Which, of course... Oh, boy. I'm sorry, this is pretty funny. Sorry, I'm just thinking about something. Oh, yeah. As I was saying, he also drops with Jimmy, Carl, Sheen, like I said before. After Santa departs, he just say, have a very Merry Christmas. He don't just teleport Jimmy to his bedroom, like with something like Star Trek. He just by tapping his nose, like, does that like reference to A Nightmare Before Christmas, like when Jack apologizes to Santa after trying to take over his holiday? They save Christmas. Of course, I am Santa Claus. He just presses his nose. He goes straight up the pipe. That's like a good homage. I didn't pick that little tidbit right there. Then, of course, Jimmy goes down, gets a present, and guess what it is? It was the star he wanted. And there was a letter explaining it took 2 years. Explaining that it needed to cool off after 2 years, which of course Jimmy he forgot about that because dwarf stars are super hot. Of course, Goddard puts the dwarf star on top of the tree and then sings with his parents as it begins to generally snow outside. And to tell you the truth, I did like this episode. It's pretty cool. It kind of like, it's not like a Christmas Carol. Like, it's more like Jimmy doesn't believe in Santa. Like, remember, he's a boy genius. He's a science. Everything has to be proved by science. Like, remember the episode of the Fountain of Retroland? When he wants to prove an urban legend of myth from urban legend with science? Yeah, you have... Oh, fuck. What was the name of the popular kid? Nick. Yeah, Nick trying to dress as one. Then you have Sydney and Libby mostly try to teach Jimmy not to be a know-it-all dumbass. And then you have Jimmy's mom going one step further, turning the family into some type of demonic being to scare the shit out of everybody, as punishing Jimmy to sneak out after bedtime. And then finally, the real Phantom shows up right behind Jimmy's parents and tells them, "You forgot blackberry pie," in his alphabetical order of pies. And until they put two together, they run screaming. Here's another one, but learn in a positive way that Santa is real. Damn. Whew. I think there's others as well, like the lake monster, which it turns out to be Carl's pet turtle. Hey, reference from Godzilla. Nuclear waste. And guess who's dumping it? Jimmy's dad. Like, are you fucking kidding me? How does your dad have access to your lab, especially with toxic waste? Like, how is he getting that without getting turned to a three-eyed creature? Oh, boy. But, yeah. This was a good episode of the holidays for Jimmy Neutron. I think there were lots of more. Like, literally a lot more. Sorry. I think back in those days, they don't make holiday special like they used to. It's kind of cool, actually, but yeah. And if you guys seen them when it first came out in 2003 or the reruns, I don't think they're reruns. They're not. I haven't been like on cable lately, but I don't think. Somebody comment down below if they keep showing like reruns of old Nickelodeon shows. If they don't, man, this generation is just lost right now. They haven't seen good cartoons in years. Me, 90s and 2000s were the good times. Mid 2010s as well. I say mid. But yeah. Let me know in the comments down below what you think of Jimmy Neutron, Holly Jolly Jimmy. Did you like this episode when it first came out? This episode came out while I was in first grade. And yeah, that was a good episode. And plus, I was living in West Virginia at the time. It was snowing. And to tell you the truth, it was the last time I saw snow because by 2004, I moved to Florida around December. Yeah. Sad, right? You only saw snow from preschool until first grade. And back to the South. I'm talking about Florida right there. But yeah, let me know in the comments down below what you think of Jimmy Neutron, Holly Jolly Jimmy. To tell you the truth, I enjoyed this episode. It was pretty cool. It's great remembering it. Especially the annoying jingle, you know which one. But comment down below what's your favorite. And do you agree on my commentary? Everybody has an opinion of their own, so yeah. And remember, our goal is to hit 1 million subscribers, or at least 500k. If you're new to the channel, remember to subscribe, hit the bell, like this video so you don't miss any of our great content. Until then, have a great day, everybody. Stay safe and peace out. See ya.